We were two people who couldn't live together and couldn't live apart. That's how Ava Gardner described her marriage to Frank Sinatra. And honestly, that one line tells you everything you need to know about one of Hollywood's most destructive love stories. Ava Gardner wasn't supposed to be a movie star. Born in 1922 in Grabtown, North Carolina. Yes, that's a real place. She was the youngest of 7 kids in a dirt-poor farming family. When her father died and she was just 15, the idea of Hollywood seemed about as likely as landing on the moon. But in 1941, her brother-in-law, a photographer, put one of her portraits in a New York studio window. An MGM scout saw it. And just like that, everything changed. Not that it was easy. MGM didn't know what to do with this green-eyed beauty with a thick southern accent. They stuck her in acting classes, speech lessons, minor roles. But Ava was determined. And in 1946, the Killers opposite Burt Lancaster made her a star overnight. Here's where Ava's personal life gets complicated, and honestly, kind of heartbreaking. Mickey Rooney came first. She was 19. He was 21 and already a massive star. They got married in 1942 in some tiny California town specifically chosen to avoid publicity. Why? Because MGM was terrified that if teenage girls knew Mickey Rooney was married, it would kill his wholesome Andy Hardy image. The marriage lasted less than 2 years. Gambling addiction, constant cheating, emotional immaturity, Ava filed for divorce citing mental cruelty. But here's the thing, she never trashed him publicly. Even then, she understood how Hollywood worked. Artie Shaw was next in 1945. The famous bandleader and jazz musician, previously married to Lana Turner. Ava was attracted to his intellect, his sophistication. But Shaw was controlling and condescending, constantly criticizing her lack of formal education, trying to mold her into someone else. That marriage didn't even last a year. And then came Frank. When Ava met Frank Sinatra in the late 1940s, he was still married to his first wife Nancy, the mother of his 3 children. Their affair became an instant scandal. The press destroyed them, especially Ava. Gossip columnists, the Catholic Church, Hollywood elite, everyone had an opinion. But Sinatra divorced Nancy anyway. And in 1951, he and Ava got married. Here's what people don't understand about their relationship. The timing was everything. Ava was at the absolute peak of her career. Confident, successful, in demand. Frank. His career was in freefall. His voice was failing, the studios had dropped him, his records weren't selling. The heartthrob of the 1940s had become yesterday's news. The power imbalance destroyed them both. Ava later described their home life as dominated by suspicion and emotional strain. Frank's jealousy was overwhelming. She admitted she wasn't always faithful. There were rumors about bullfighters and co-stars. And Frank would show up at film sets, hotel rooms, demanding explanations, creating public scenes. He needed me in ways that became too heavy to bear, she said later. Constantly trying to pull him out of despair just drained me. But here's something most people don't know. Ava saved Frank's career. She personally went to Columbia Pictures executive Harry Cohn and convinced him to cast Sinatra in From Here to Eternity. The studio was skeptical, but Ava believed in him. Frank got the role of Private Angelo Maggio. He won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. It launched one of the most remarkable comebacks in entertainment history. And Ava's role in making it happen? Barely acknowledged at the time. During their marriage, Ava got pregnant twice. She terminated both pregnancies. In later years, she talked about this with real anger, not just regret. Because it wasn't really her choice. MGM had strict contractual rules. Pregnancy meant penalties, production delays, damaged star images. The studio system gave actresses almost no autonomy over their own bodies. We sacrificed control over our lives in service of a system that demanded perfection at any cost, she reflected later. By 1954, Ava had had enough. She filed for divorce, though it wasn't finalized until 1957. She moved to Spain, trying to escape the American tabloids, trying to find some peace. It didn't work. She later described waking up in Madrid overwhelmed by grief for a man she still considered her soulmate. The loneliness, the depression, the heavy drinking, distance didn't heal anything. She was legally free but emotionally still bound to him. Frank never stopped loving her. Friends said she remained the defining love of his entire life. Ava kept his letters, his photographs, his gifts, a private record of something that burned so intensely it left scars on both of them. She never remarried. There were other relationships, but nothing ever came close to what they had. In 1986, when Ava suffered a stroke in London, guess who arranged her medical transport back to the United States? Frank Sinatra. After everything, the fights, the divorce, the years apart, he was still there. Ava died on January 25, 1990, from pneumonia. She was 67. They buried her back in North Carolina, near her family, far from Hollywood. Ava Gardner's story isn't really about glamour or movie stardom. It's about the cost of living in a system designed to use you up. It's about loving someone so intensely that it nearly destroys you both. It's about being told your body, your choices, your life aren't really yours. In her autobiography, published shortly before her death, Ava was brutally honest. We were two people who could neither live together nor live apart. That's not a Hollywood ending. That's just the truth. And maybe that's why her story still matters. Because behind all that beauty, all that glamour, all those iconic films, there was a woman from Grabtown, North Carolina who loved fiercely, suffered deeply, and refused to lie about any of it.